Hey guys, Unipro back here again for another Magma free-to-play account video. I have been a bit busy doing some other videos, but I have found some time to go through, disenchant the cards that we got in the other video, and then start to get the beginning of a decent control-ish mid-range Magma deck going. So, using the spreadsheet we were before, I'll just show you what's happened. For those who didn't watch the other videos, I got up to rank 15, couple of losses against, these ones are against, I think this was a mech deck, this might have been a big Abyssian deck, and this was a fairly complete Lionar deck as well. Anyway, so I've just basically decided, from what the comments I saw, that you guys would prefer to disenchant pretty much everything that's not Magma, maybe unless it's a good legendary. So I've done all this here. There's a couple of legendary epics I might go over, and just talk about if you would normally disenchant them. So I'll just bring them up and show you guys. So Boundless Courage, let's get out here. Boundless Courage crafting, pretty good Vaynar card. Wouldn't normally disenchant that unless you have no intention of playing Vaynar. Frosthorn, it's not amazing, but it goes in some fun combo decks, probably worth keeping. Artifact Hunter, decent card, play a minion, draw a card. It's not great, but it could be played in some artifact decks. Probably would hold on to it. Chases, it's probably fine to disenchant. It is played in occasionally in mech decks, but it's a bit slow. 4 health's not very good. The effect is only okay. This one is just terrible. So weak to dispel, only 2 health, and the 0-10 provoke doesn't really do that much anyway. Mobius, I got 2 of these. Keep it if you want to have some fun, but it's honestly pretty terrible. I mean, the idea I think is that you use spells to buff up its health, and then it's safe on their opponent's turn and it does a lot of damage on your turn, but the card's pretty bad, so it's safe to disenchant. And then just another Mobius. So nothing too crazy there. Let me go over what I did actually make. So I made 2 more of these. We already had one from the last video. This is probably the best card in Magma, or at least one of the best. Very, very, very good card. So 2 of them to complete a playset. Because you guys will be new players if this video is overly relevant on crafting wise, at least. You definitely want to go for the good neutral cards first. So I got 3 Emerald Rejuvenators. 3 Emerald Rejuvenators go well in most decks. So definitely something it's pretty safe. And then I got 2 commons to complete a set of Dancing Blades. It may seem like it's just a generic common, but it's actually pretty good value. And yeah, definitely pretty good at controlling the board, and you see that in a lot of full Magma lists. And then just with the 90 Justice I had over, just 2 Primus Fist. I'll eventually want a 3rd one. It's definitely possible that you can be more conservative when it comes to crafting commons. You also got a Spirit Harvest from a pack, I chucked that in there as well, and the Red Sinja from before. So it's definitely, you can definitely wait on commons because they will come eventually, but we want to get rolling with this video series. So let's hop on to the ladder. We will be recording everything still, so you guys can clearly see how I go when I'm not recording. So hopefully the deck will be a bit better. The Mechantors should do a lot of work. Pretty tempted to keep Plasma Storm. The reason for that is that a lot of, especially non-S rank Vitruvians, they run a lot of the Dervishes, and all the 0-6s and stuff will all get killed by this, as well as Pyromancers, that kind of thing. So we'll hold on to that. Mana Burn's okay. We don't have an early drop. Gonna get rid of the Saber Spine, and we do get an early drop. Gonna play this here, threatening the Mana Tile, and always heal my opponent because it's just what I do. So decent hand here, not the strongest play next turn, but we have a lot of control. Okay. It's tempting to get rid of the Plasma Storm. Because I have another one of these, I'm going to get rid of the Plasma Storm. Gonna leave both here and just block the mana tiles. I could have stopped this one, but and next turn will give me the option of mana burning to kill it, depending on how plays go. If I trade in here, then that means you can guarantee trade in and kill the other one. So we're still pretty well equipped to deal with most things. We have the option of Dancing Blades next turn, which is looking like what I'll probably do. Yeah, so we will lose this, but that's perfectly fine. What do we want to get rid of? Thinking an Emerald Rejuvenate is a little bit slow at the moment. Not something we really need. Yeah. So we will lose our 2-3 minion here, but that's perfectly fine. Our Dancing Blades in front. We have a nice position. So at these ranks, you don't need to do anything too crazy. You just play pretty solid, play good minions, keep the board clear, and you should do fine. It is nice that we got the Emerald Rejuvenates now, because I definitely missed having that kind of healing. And healing is just, honestly, it's so good in Duelist. Compared to other games where healing doesn't affect the board, and that's why it's kind of bad. In Duelist it kind of does, because it means you can hit more with your general, which is always going to have 2 attack. So that means your healing is actually always indirectly affecting the board, at least. Okay, so I can mana burn and Adamantite Claws. I'm actually going to get rid of this. Yeah. So let's do that. Keep the board clear. We're getting a tiny bit low, but we have a lot of damage, we have board control, and now we have a heal as well. So we have all the answers we need. Looks like he's just going to try and pop the artifact. Okay, that's, fine by me. So we're taking a fair bit of damage. I have the decision now, do I start playing around the... Let's get rid of one of these. Start playing around Stance Fury. Because we are still a pretty low rank. Maybe just for the sake of getting in good habits. And there's no reason not to play this since we're going to overdraw if we don't. So a lot of pressure. Good chance we can actually kill him next turn. If we can't kill our minions, then we pretty much have a pretty good chance. Natural Selection, pretty great card. Not as good as Eggmorph, which is a 4 mana turn a card into a 0/1 egg. But it definitely serves as a pretty good replacement for the meantime. So we've got 10 damage, we've got 14 damage at the moment. Okay. So pretty unlikely going to be killing him. A War Beast is what we're really hoping for, I think. Ask and you shall receive. We actually have 16 damage right now. Part of me wants to just... Nah, let's just play for board control. What do I want to give this to? Let's give it to this. Diversify our threats. This will now die to Rushars. But that's not too big a worry. So, unless we get killed this turn, which is not unheard of. It's pretty hard to though. Double Rushars, no. Yeah, we should be safe. Yeah, we can't really die. Not at 8 mana. At 9 mana you can against Vitruvian with triple Rushars, third wish, but at 8 mana it's pretty hard to think of anything. Mercantile is such a good card. It should be a pretty high priority craft for anyone doing Magma. Does he have the Blast artifact as well? He could do. But even Blast artifact plus Healing Mystic wouldn't save him, so. Okay, so we will get a win. I mean, he's dead on board here, so. Alright, so, good win to start off. I'm going to keep recording the wins, so we can see, you know, our stats as we go, how long it takes us. So we are rank 14 now. So hoping to go for gold for at least today. Then hopefully we can go to diamond. I'm not sure how high this deck can take us. Probably not in its current form. But you know, once we get even a few more commons, a couple more rares, I'd say this is S rank viable. I do believe pretty much every faction apart from Vitruvian, even Vitruvian possibly, can get to S rank without legendaries. Though it's definitely harder. But it's pretty good for a free to play game. This can be good against Iron Cliffs and the 3-5 provokes, but I'm going to get rid of it. Silverguard, no, that's the name. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. So, Adamantite Claws is looking like the play. Though it is tempting just to slam this. No, we can get a free kill on this, let's do that. You know, he will be able to burst it here, but he'll still take 6 damage and we'll clear off this at least. So it's a, you know, a 2 for 1 at least. Mercantile could be nice. We don't have an answer to a really big minion like an Ironcliff Guardian here. So if he does play an Ironcliff Guardian the next turn, it'll be at least mildly annoying. Divine Bond, you know, that doesn't really matter to me. He's just using the card purely for 4 damage to the face, which, you know, I don't recommend. Does this mean that we will get our artifact still? Yes, it does. Okay, let's get rid of a Saber Spine. I'm okay I'm alright to trade damage here, I think. He can do it anyway. So we've set ourselves up so we have a decent chance of getting on Mercantor next time. We have this in case he plays an Ironcliff. We can probably just be happy trading that. Oh, okay. Natural selection would be nice. Let's get rid of a Mercantor. Okay. So what we can do now is we can move this away, play this, Primus Fist, and then trade both into here. And if I leave this here, that means he can't trade with his general, so we will do that. Well, yeah. So we're not gonna use the mana tile, but we deny it and we get our general a little bit safer. I mean, we could put it here, but it's no real need to take a risk, and it's unlikely we'd be able to. Well, yeah. With Mercantor at 6, it's probably fine. So in a pretty good position here. That's a bit annoying. Having a natural selection will make things a lot easier for us now. Okay, this is kind of a situation where I wish I had the thing still, but what we're going to do is get rid of this. It's a bit slow. Move this away. We'll attack because we need the damage. Play this here. So I think already from these two games here we can already see how good these Dancing Blades are. And for only 40 spirit each, the power level to spirit ratio, I guess you'd say, is pretty good. So we have 6 damage here. 10, 12, 1 damage off lethal. Okay, so 6, 10, this is 10 here with this, 12, 14. So that is lethal. A little bit of a top deck there. And we will mana burn for the win. Alright, so let's get that game recorded as well. I'd say around gold division is when it will start to get pretty hard. That's when you'll start to verse some real decks. At the moment, it's mainly just, you know, mech decks or, you know, still pretty basic decks. But there's just such a huge room for outplay in this game that it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna keep this just for solid turn 3. The best, because we got early removal. Hopefully a 2-drop. Nope. So next on the crafting list might be maybe some egg morphs. Not sure about egg morph because natural selection does a pretty good impersonation early on. Can even be better. Okay. Let's just do this. This is too annoying to keep alive. I can't really play this anywhere safe. Plasma Storm, that's good. It would have been nice to have that the turn earlier, then we could have... You could have potentially got us the lead. So yeah, I think if we try and get the 3rd Jaxi at some point, and then the couple... I mean 3rd Primus Fist and then a couple Jaxi maybe. Okay, so he's, you know, not playing too hard around Plasma Storm, but I mean that's kind of how Mechazor works. We are going to overdraw here, so I'm going to get rid of this. A bit slow. We do have a mana burn. hate how long this animation takes sometimes. Actually, it's mainly when there's heaps of minions. Do we want to trade damage here? No real reason to. So we have a answer to Mechazor because this dispels the space, which most dispels in the game do. So Mechazor is still pretty open to dispel. Interesting. Let's get rid of one of these. That's not a bad draw actually. Okay. There's still no reason for us to trade, but I'm happy to keep myself just right in the center. So he still needs one more mech, I believe. Yep. We need to make sure we don't use this on anything else. It's still going to be a bit annoying dealing with an 8/8, but if he doesn't have it this turn, then it's probably pretty good for us. Alright, awesome. That is perfect. Gotta get rid of this. Guess we should play around a Mechazor Frenzy anyway. So what will be the best way to do this? Okay, I want to have my minions on either side of me. So that's what I'm gonna do it like this. So this way, if he frenzy, he's only killing one minion. I could honestly have started dealing damage to him, but I'm gonna just get an overwhelming board at some point, and that should hopefully be enough. So we got that for Red Senior. Yet to use this in a game, so you know we might get a good chance to. We'll see if he has another mech. Okay, so he is still going for ball control. If he has to spend, you know, damage on board control, then that's fine by me. Tempting just to play this anyway, even though it won't actually do damage. Let's get rid of a mana burn. We don't need to. Yeah, I guess let's just play it as a 7/7. Still want to play around Frenzy just because we can. But where do we want to play it so that we can, so he can't run away? Because we still have to be worried about Mechazor, Inner Focus, killing Edge. So if I play it here, he can run to here next turn, away from it. I could just play a Mechantor, but doesn't seem very good. Let's just play it here anyway. I should have protected my back. That was, yeah. It's probably more important to protect my back here. Because I mean, I wouldn't die, and I'd probably still win, but yeah, that doesn't matter. So maybe I was playing too conservatively around backstab. Is this the Mechazor? Hopefully not. Okay, there it is. We do have the mana burn still, so. What should we replace then? Just get rid of this. kind of want to protect my back a bit because mech is all good. I guess it doesn't. Yeah, let's protect our back and not trade because we could die still. So maybe I should just play this more aggressively. If I played this more aggressively, I could have got a hit on him, and then I probably could have killed him, but... We have 6 damage here, and another 6 damage here. We can also probably clean up the board with a big Mercantor next turn. Pull this plus this, and then also healing, so that's pretty good. You know, sometimes I do just take a really slow approach, and that's, you know, that can be fine, as long as it doesn't come back to hurt you too much. We also have quite a few draws that can get us the win. It's a little worrying. Let's get rid of this. Still just want to clean up the board. You know, this is a slight problem that this can kill off and then he could backstab me, but at least I'm out of range of the general. All we have to do is, it's out of our hands now, we just have to just survive. He has 6 cards in hand and 9 mana, so I could definitely die to like a crazy... He's using Inner Focus and he's used the Lantern Fox. So if he goes here, 5, that's 18... It's definitely possible. He just needs to get a Lantern Fox Inner Focus and up to 9 attack. That's definitely not unheard of. But no point in stressing. I think we've played okay. Probably played a little bit too safe with the Red Signa, just trying not to die. But you mean, I'm probably worrying a little bit too much. Like I'm thinking of the worst, but that's, you know, that's what you want to do. If you're in a really good position, you want to just think of the worst possible thing that could happen, and if you can play around that as well. But you know, obviously don't let it go too far to the point that you throw away a win. So as long as it doesn't have a heal, we should have the win here. And looks like that will be another win. So we're starting to verse some real decks without a doubt. Or at least slightly real. I don't know, it depends how real you consider mech decks, but they're definitely decent decks to climb with. So we will get rank 13. And we've done 2 games so far, I believe. We could probably do 1 more. We just spent a lot of time talking about the deck and crafting. So yeah, just to reiterate on that, like, you want to get probably the good epics and good neutral cards, or good places to start when crafting cards. Let's keep this. It's a bit risky to keep, but is this the same guy? I think it is the same guy. Looks like he swapped over to his good deck, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so we have, you know, the best answer to Jaxi in the game, which is a mana burn. So we'll use that. So that is pretty annoying. Let's get rid of this. I should have moved here, maybe. Yeah, well, if this trades off, it's fine, maybe. I mean, I should have thought about it longer. I wanted to play aggressive for this, but there's no real need to. It's fine if he does this, trades, and then plays another 5 attack minion, that's not too bad. But this does let him get a really nice trade off, which is a bit silly. Well, it's not too bad. I mean, I still essentially just traded a 2 mana minion for a 4 mana minion. And that's a pretty crazy good 4 mana minion, so not the end of the world. If he plays an Ironcliff Guardian, I'm pretty fine with that. But okay, he's not playing a 5 mana. He's not. Okay. So this Plasma Storm, maybe I should stop keeping it against decks that I know aren't complete. Let's just play this. Yeah. He can trade both in, but you know, then we stabilize the board, and I guess we're really just looking for a good Plasma Storm to get even on board again. Definitely in a fine position. Even if he finds a way to kill this, we can finish this off with another Dancing Blades. Interesting. Not sure what this is. I wonder what this means. Okay. That's fine. Let's get rid of this. Let's conserve my health a little bit, but let's keep this minion alive. I mean, it probably would have been fine to keep it there, to just take that damage, but then I'd be at an effective 8, which is pretty low, even against the Liner, with no minions on board. So, you know, we were really just looking for one Plasma Storm to get back on board. And once we have the board control, we should be able to keep it pretty effectively, I would assume. So we could Plasma Storm again. Hopefully he plays another Plasma Storm target. Yeah, awesome. It's a bit annoying this, but still fine. We just really need a, you know, some kind of healer at some point. Could even just trade in here and play this. Let's get rid of Plasma Storm. Could play Red Zinnia. I think I'm going to play Red Zinnia. Oh, I'm an absolute idiot. Well, I just completely forgot about one of the most basic mechanics of the game. You know, we're still in a good position, but very low on health now. You know, guys, read the text of the cards. You can't just ignore Provoke. But we still have a 7/7 on the board. We do need to heal though. Oh, keep drawing Plasma Storms. It's gonna do a little bit of damage to our own minions, but it's just the biggest minion we have. Thankfully, Lionel is not really good at doing out of hand burst. It can do double Tempest, that's 6 damage, which would kill us. So maybe, or yeah, did he have the double Tempest? Okay. Well, that was very frustrating, both of myself and him having the double Tempest. We really should have won that game. That was just on me making a dumb mistake with Provoke. Oh well, we have time for one more, I guess. Let me quickly check how long we've been recording for. Okay, maybe we better stop. Okay, so I do apologise for having to watch that miserable performance in the last game. But yeah, I think the deck's going really well. I think Magamar's super strong, and that'll be it.